Hey, welcome everybody. I'm Danny from Gardendale, and trying to get this YouTube show going, a place where all the Bama fans can come and hang out and express their feelings, their concerns. They need to vent, whatever you need to do on this Friday night, eve of the Alabama and Georgia football game. It's going to be a huge game. And we got the number 3 offense going up against the greatest defense of the world. Kirby Smart's coming back to T-Town. What do you think about that? And Screaming Scott Cochran. You can see him on there. I wonder if is he gonna be doing this over on the Georgia sideline? I bet you can hear him in the upper deck since it's only gonna be a few thousand people there. But yeah, if you got the number on the screen there, you can call in and we'll get this thing started. But let me know how you feel about it. How you feel about Alabama and Georgia game? What do you think the score is going to be? What do you think we're going to have to do? What's it going to take to win this game? Do you think our defense will show up? Have you learned how to tackle in a week? Let me know. I mean, it looked like we were tackling greased pigs last time against Ole Miss. Lane Kiffin, he made Pete Golden. He looked like he had his pants pulled down around his ankles most of the night. And but I see we got a few people joining in here. We got Rich from Atlanta in the chat room. We got Mike from Lake Park, Georgia. Snowflake Jenkins. I believe she's from down in Louisiana. We got Mal from Hawaii tuning in. Great to see y'all in the chat board there. That's awesome. But yeah, it's gonna be a wild Saturday, and Nick Saban's got COVID. Oh my goodness! You know how's this gonna affect the game? And what if Saban gets his third test cleared up and comes back? How's that going to affect the game? You know, that's what he walks in the locker room. I could just see everybody getting pumped up, all the players going crazy. And then again, you know, if he doesn't make it, I feel like it's going to be a big effort. I believe the players will step up, and I believe they'll step up and get the job done. We're gonna have to outscore them, people. But tonight, we're gonna dedicate our show tonight to one of our Bama fans, part of our call-in sports radio talk junkie, Tommy Brown, and he loved the call-in shows just like I do, and that's the reason I got this down here going tonight. So we're gonna dedicate tonight's show to Tommy Browning. That was an idea sent in by Rich from Atlanta. I appreciate that, Rich. That's a good idea. So let me play this little clip of Tommy. Let's see what's going on here. Hello, who we got?
Hey, man, you got Tommy.
Tommy in the house.
We got Tommy in the house. Where you going?
No, I'm outside.
He's in the outhouse.
What are you sitting out there in your umbrella? Have you got your little pink umbrella, Tommy?
Well, I got it sitting here beside me, but I don't need it now. 70 degrees and clear.
I'm telling you. What happened?
Oh.
Did you see my hat a while ago?
Oh, man, I like that hat.
Yeah, that's pimp daddy style right there, son. I was getting it done.
I started to call you and ask you about your prices.
Well, well, I can't tell that on air.
Well, I know that, but I meant call you personally.
Oh.
And ask you about you.
for all the people that's tuning in and wondering what's going on, I'm playing a clip from a previous show back before COVID hit. Tommy Browning calling in, and just giving y'all a little clip. This is tonight dedicated to him. He's a sports fan, big Bama fan, and just in memory of him tonight, we are dedicating the show to him. So I'm just playing a little clip of him.
Oh, okay, I got you.
What's going on? What's on your mind tonight, man?
Well, listen, y'all talking about this defense. Johnny brought up a good point about this targeting rule, but I mean, defense just ain't pushed as much, I don't think, in high school now as offense. Yeah. I really don't think it is. It's too many people.
Go ahead, bud.
Well, I mean, there's too many people, I reckon, like that Big 12 offense, Big 12 conference. I don't know what it is. Where they just, hey, we win 81-79, everything's great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't like that.
That ain't football to me. I mean, it's exciting if you see a game or two like that a year, but that's still not football. I mean, I thought about how bored they was, several years ago, game of the century, where LSU and Bama went to, all field goals through the game. Even though we lost the game, it was still just as exciting.
Yeah, we didn't have a kicker that game either, did we?
No. Well, my dad's been there talking the other day. Can't remember the last kicker we had.
Van Tiffin.
Has to go back.
Everybody, that was Tommy Browning, and we're dedicating the show to him tonight. And that's a little bit of a clip of him. But all you people out there online, what you got on your mind tonight, night before the kickoff? I got a line open here, and if anybody wants to call in, please do. Got the number up on the board there. We got old Kirby coming into town. So got him and Scott Cochran coming in. It's gonna be strange. It really is. And but I mean, Georgia, they got this great team, a great defense, but they really haven't been playing against a great offense like the University of Alabama's got. And what about Mac? Gosh almighty. Man, I mean, he is shocking the world right now. I see Joe from Red Bay chiming in on the chat room. Glad to see him in here tonight. And Joe, you sounded a little bit better today on Ryan Fowler's show today. It's good to see that and hear that today. But anyway, if anybody wants to chime in and talk tonight, please do. What about are we gonna get this dysfunctional defense? We're gonna get it straightened out in a week's time. Woo, man, that's a lot to straighten out, isn't it, people? Oh goodness. But and are they gonna have their switch on? We're gonna the power was totally disconnected last week. I tell you, they need to have the switch flipped on. They need to be fired up and ready for Georgia. And Auburn, Auburn in South Carolina's playing. A lot of people are calling for South Carolina to win this straight up. They're 3.5 points favorite. So let me know what you think about that. What do you think about that call that that call at the end of the game at Auburn last week? I mean, they have more stuff to happen to go their way in that Voodoo Stadium. It's unreal. Let me look in here on the chat board and see what we got in here. got Daryl chiming in, RTR, Daryl RTR. That's cool. We got the young lady Mal from Hawaii. What's going on over in Hawaii? What's the temp over there in Hawaii, Mal? How about giving us the update over there? You got Snowflake Jenkins tuning in and Joe from Red Bay. It's good to see everybody in there. So this is just a place to hang out. It's just a place for us fans, Bama fans, to get together and to chat and just hang out and have a good time. And so we got has our identity changed? My goodness. Our identity since Saban's been there has been a great defense. And now, Alabama is leading the nation almost in total offense. This is 2020, baby. COVID crazy. Golly. It's COVID crazy. But, and it's what else I had on my mind there. Oh, yeah. Gus over at Auburn, he was, it's kind of weird because Gus was hired as the genius offense, and now he's all defense. He's doing great on defense, and Saban's doing great on offense. It's just 2020 crazy. Let's see what Joe's saying in here. I'm having to switch back and forth to here, and he's tuning into a Red Bay High School. Yeah, we got high school going on tonight. Mike from Lake Park, Georgia's got visitors down there, so he's busy. And Miles asking, did they say if Saban will be in attendance tomorrow? I think what they're doing is they're going to do a test tomorrow, and if it's going to depend on that test tomorrow if he's on the sideline or not, is my understanding, Mal. Rich is tuning in, so it says, where's Darling? Where's Darlene at North Carolina? She's a mess. She's a good caller too. But Alabama is ranked 65th. They're ranked 65th in total defense. This is crazy. It's crazy, man. It's 2020. What's going on here with this defense? They got a lot of holes. Got a lot of holes to fill. Let's see, we got a few people in here tuning in tonight. If you're just tuning in, we're dedicating this show tonight to Tommy Browning. He was a big fan. Hang on a minute. Here we go. Hey, welcome in. Who we got on the line?
Yeah, hi. Is Johnny there, please?
He's not. He called in sick.
Bama Bo there, please.
She's out delivering pizza.
Jerome, please.
You got the wrong number.
How you doing, my brother? Hey, right, man, you're looking great, man. The Dan Cave looks great.
Well, good. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. And everything sounds good. And, man, your technical stuff is awesome.
How'd the Tommy interview come in?
Yeah, I heard, man. It gave me goosebumps.
Well, tell us, you probably know about Tommy more than I do. Tell me a little bit about him, because, he's called in our show a few times, and he seemed like a great guy.
Well, the thing with Tommy, geez, I don't even know where to start. To me, how you judge a man or a woman or a person is how they treat their parents. And when Tommy's mama died, he basically moved in with his dad and took care of his dad. And to me, their relationship wasn't father-son. It was like best friends.
Cool.
Because I had been around them a few times, and I had also went down to the funeral. And again, and his father's very like 90 some years old, but they were buds. You know, they would go to Walmart together. They would play music together. And one of the other things that they did together was that Tommy's dad was really big into CB radios, Danny. So he was used to communicating with people literally all over the world. And that's where I met him the first time, was off I-20 at the border, at Alabama border, because they had drove all the way over here because it was a specialty CB radio equipment place, you know. And that's, like I said, I took the drive just to go meet them specifically. But anyway, I guess what the reason I'm communicating about the CB stuff is that Tommy, because at such a young age, he was so used to, pushing all the buttons and turning all the knobs and, talking to people from everywhere. I mean, even, ladies in Romania and you name it, he had a story about it. This is why he was so supportive of all these grassroots YouTube shows like y'all's, like you and Johnny's. And he was very instrumental in getting Jerome and Bama Bo together. And,
really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Because again, Tommy loved to do that. He used to, he was a big supporter of the Bama Bo's friend, the real nice guy up in Indiana. He does, See Through It, I think his name is. Brian.
Yeah.
He's a great guy. He's a great guy.
Yeah, he's called in here a couple times.
Yeah, Brian's a great guy. And Tommy was a big supporter of his as well in his show. So Tommy loved that. He loved to communicate. I mean, he was in Lafayette, Alabama, which is pretty, it's pretty remote. He's kind of close to, but it's remote. Close to Columbus. Although what I didn't know that I learned, that I stumbled upon when I went down there, is that's where Joe Louis was from, the Brown Bomber.
Yeah.
Probably the greatest fighter. Yeah, probably the greatest fighter in the world was from Alabama.
Good.
But anyway, he was from Lafayette. So Tommy was into that communication, any way possible, because again, he was in a remote location, and he was such a big supporter of these shows, and he was constantly, and he would financially support these as well by offering money, and whoever, like if Bo had whatever that program was to solicit money, Tommy would donate to it. I forget what that was called. But it was an emotional support as well. It wasn't just financial. It was emotional. He would encourage people. He encouraged Johnny. He loved Johnny. He knew how funny Johnny was, and he knew how Johnny would translate with his own show, So I just think it was really neat that you did that. And I went to, like I said, I went to the funeral, and he was buried in a Alabama casket, which I had never seen before.
Really?
Oh man, it was wonderful, man. Crimson and white, had the logo all over it, and it was just wonderful.
Wow.
And and the family was very musical. So the two brothers and one of their friends, the daddy didn't play at the service, and they did "Will the Circle Be Unbroken." Cool. And it was like, man. Like I said, I got goosebumps, and I heard what you said about, let's talk football now, how Tommy would have reacted to that Ole Miss performance, or maybe one of the ladies said it in the chat room. One of the ladies, I think,
He said he didn't like it. He didn't like that kind of football. I'm not crazy about it either.
None of us are.
But if it's if that's what it takes to win, you know, you got to do whatever it takes to win, but just win, baby. But yeah, he seemed like a great guy calling in here on our show a few times, and so, and that was your idea to dedicate the show tonight to him, and that was an awesome idea, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, well, no, you're welcome, man. Well, he's one of us, and you're one of us. I'm one of us. I want everybody to feel like it's ours, you know, not yours. Drop the why, it's ours.
Exactly.
Just because you're the one, you know, in the Dan cave.
I'm in the Dan cave.
But you're in the Dan cave.
This is just right. This is just a connection. This is just a place to hang out. And by no means, I'm no expert. I'm just a big fan. I like calling in on talk radio shows, and so I like to interact. And so let's keep it going. You know, have some fun here, and that's what it's all about. You know.
I wish I would have, Danny. I wish I would have alerted his brother and dad. They would have tuned in tonight, because they did tune in the Ryan show the day before the funeral. And Mr. Browning he couldn't have been prouder of that show when everyone was calling in and giving the testimonials on Tommy, on his son. And, you know, really made him feel special, you know, and all us parents, you know, that when someone talks about our kids, you know, I mean, you get an enormous sense of pride, you know?
Well, you know, we don't really, a lot of people, you know, we don't actually know each other, but we know each other through talk radio, you know, and through football, through sports, you know, and it's a Bama, you know, it's like a Bama family and friends, and it's, you know, you hate to see things, you know, happen, you know, get sick, and you know, just like Joe from Red Bay, he caught the COVID, and then everybody's, you know, wishing him the best and praying for him. So we're, you know, it's a close knit family, and I like for just everybody to hang out, and you know, every now and then, if something comes up, you know, like say maybe on a Sunday, or you know, get your afterthoughts after a ball game Saturday. We might fire it up and get your thoughts on a Sunday one day. It's a place to hang out, you know, as Bama fans. And I'm glad you're a part of it. So let's move on to well, I'll tell you what, Darlene is checked in. Let me play just a few more seconds for Darlene. I think I got time in just a little bit more. Hang on.
Van Tiffin, Peter Kim.
Yeah. Good ones.
But that goes way back.
Could it be, Tommy?
Son. Yes, sir.
Could it be that it seems like today, in this day and time, that high schools have got as bad as college on getting on a offensive kick? They go out. I mean, we have teams right in my hometown that will actually go out and recruit.
College don't mean you can do it in pros.
That's it.
I don't know.
The football, to me, the way we're going in this fast. Yeah, well, that's dedicated to Tommy. I was trying to play a little bit of him on the clip there. But Rich, you still with us, everybody?
Yeah, I appreciate it too, Danny. And I do want to add to what you were saying. I want to hitchhike on that. And I don't know if Joe's still listening, or you mentioned Darlin just jumped in. The fact that you called me today and asked about Joe, and I was able to communicate to you that me and Darlene both had spoken to him last night, because we were every bit as worried as you were about Joe, and we got him laughing. Well, actually, he got us laughing. You know, Joe. He was just fabulous. But that was so nice of you to follow up. So you're absolutely right, and the circle won't be unbroken if we have anything to do with it, right?
That's right. Yeah.
You know.
Well, you know, we're just sports junkies, and it's just a place to hang out, you know, and stay connected, and you know, talk.
So what I think we should do, Danny, I think we should have a reunion at our pal Mal's place in Hawaii.
Yeah, exactly. And we can all stay at Mal's house. So
what do you think? Is that a good idea?
I think it's
we got to get her. We got to get her here.
Yeah, and she said she's going to call Ryan's show when they win the national championship. But that's a lot could happen between now and then. So, take a day at a time, and it's. But anyway, hey, what's on your mind for us? How are you feeling about this Alabama Georgia game? What do you think it's going to take to win this game? What are you expecting now? And then my second question is, Saban if he shows up, how's that going to affect the game?
Well, I think that's my problem, is that he is superseded. Normally, when you're going into a game, you're thinking, okay, what matchup, what this, that, the other thing. But because of his situation, it's kind of overshadowed the matchup thoughts. The question really is, well, where's he going to be? Is he going to get this third positive? Is he going to be there? And I got to believe if he gets cleared, that's going to be an enormous emotional boost for the team. That for him to be there. I just wish that. How many fans did you see? Sankey said he was going to start fining the SEC schools.
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, he said. I read where he said upwards of $1 million.
Wow.
Because as we talked about, Danny, because, there ain't no way Athens last week for the Auburn game and A&M for that Florida game, ain't no way that they stuck to those capacity percentages. No way.
Good.
Which was supposed to be, 20,000 people, 15,000 people?
Yeah, I know it. It looked packed, didn't it?
Right. So now he's saying that they're going to fine him $1 million. So we'll see. But anyway, that's kind of what I was kind of hoping for tomorrow night, under the lights, that there would be 50,000, 100,000 Alabama fans.
Yeah. Well, like Red, he had made a comment one time on Ryan's show about, man, we just all ought to show up and protest outside the stadium. Hey, let us in. But
yeah, what are they going to do, right? Not let you in.
But no, I didn't hear that about filing the teams.
Well, my take is going to be their quarterback. I really think it's going to rest on that. You can break down all the other stuff, but then this kid, he's played pretty well. He's a former walk-on. He makes a liar out of everybody every week. He keeps playing better and better.
Yeah.
But now coming into Tuscaloosa, and forget the Ole Miss game, it's still Alabama. It's still a walk-on showing up in Tuscaloosa. How's he going to handle that? To me, that's the storyline.
But
I think that's the biggest storyline. Because you can't just say that they can run 2 tight ends, 2 running backs, and run the ball. You can't hide your quarterback. You can't, especially the way Alabama scores. He's going to have to make plays. Now, whether he's going to be able to make plays or not, that's the question.
Well,
that's how I see it.
I actually looked that up today, the Georgia stats on offense, and I was surprised. They actually had more in the last 2 games. They had more passing yards than they did rushing yards. So, and what I've seen, what we've seen against Alabama is
how many attempts, Danny? I'm not trying to. I understand what you said, but if to measure that metric, you would have to look at attempts, because that would be more telling. Because a pass on average is further than a run, right?
Okay, I got you.
Fundamentally, you understand what I'm saying?
But
you'd have to look at attempts.
Okay, well, also, you have to look at Alabama's defense. What have we been leaving open? We've been leaving open the short
everything.
Yard. Yeah.
So not just the front door, the back door too. The windows, everything.
Yeah. Oh goodness.
No, but he's going to have to make play. He's going to have to make plays. The quarterback's going to have to make plays, and he's a walk-on. He hasn't been, albeit without the 100,000 people, but he hasn't been in an environment against a team like this. He hasn't. So we'll see how he performs, I think, because, again, Alabama's going to score.
I think
Alabama's going to score 5 touchdowns at least.
I think it's going to be our offensive line against their defensive line. I think that's going to be a big challenge right there, a big part of the game.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. No. They were all part of it. Absolutely. Special teams, everything is important. But to me, the most important player on the field is the quarterback. You're not going to beat Alabama with a sub. Just look at the few losses in the Saban era. What was the one common denominator when they lost?
Oh yeah.
Well, it's been Herculean quarterback play, whether it be Cam Newton, whether it be Johnny Manziel, whether it be that clown from South Carolina, the one-game career.
Watson.
No, what was his name?
Deshaun Watson.
Oh no, that was Clemson. Yeah, I'm talking about that South Carolina Garcia, Stephen Garcia.
Stephen Garcia. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you look at the few losses, and it's always been a Herculean effort by the quarterback. They've never lost when the quarterback's had a pedestrian game.
I see where you're coming from.
Right.
And I would feel better if we had a decent, or if we didn't have that last performance. Man, that.
Right. Well, you gotta just try to not think about it.
Well, it's different.
But they can't be that bad again.
Yeah, it's a different style offense coming this time. Lane was running the plays faster.
Well, number of plays. Yeah, number of plays. Attempts. Yeah.
Yeah. So
how many plays did they run? 96?
I think it was 86 against
86?
Yeah.
86? Yeah. I don't think UGA's run 86 plays in the last 2 games.
Oh, Kirby coming to town, man. What about that?
Well, that's the scary thing is that, and I don't want to bore anybody, but what you're going to see from them is going to look like, Alabama 10 years ago. Okay. Run the ball and play defense.
Yeah. Run the dang ball, exactly.
With a game manager at quarterback, I may add.
Oh,
right?
Yeah. Exactly.
The only difference is they actually have a kicking game. Hey, Reichert has been great this year.
He's been doing pretty good. Yeah.
Isn't that wonderful? I hope I didn't jinx him.
I know. I just crossed my fingers when you said that.
Yeah, I heard that. All right, am I done? Am I done my guinea pig role? I mean, does anybody else want to call, or I got to keep boring everybody?
Well, it doesn't matter. It's just a place to hang out. I mean,
I know
they're having fun.
I just don't want to feel like a hog. I don't want to always be on it. I want somebody. I want to hear Joe actually.
Yeah, Joe. I hope he's doing good. We got Darlene is in here now, and we got See Through It podcast. He's in.
Oh, so Brian's here.
Yeah, Brian's here.
Tell him we were asking for him. Hey, Brian. He can call.
Yeah.
He knows his football.
Oh, yeah.
He can talk about Tommy, too. Well, all right, Brian, I'm getting off the phone.
All right, man.
I don't want to bore anybody any longer, Danny.
Well, no, we appreciate your input in bringing up the idea about dedicating the show to Tommy. So that was great, and we appreciate that.
Well, thank you.
Yeah,
thanks,
that's a good
Danny.
idea. All right.
Roll Tide, my brother.
All right, roll Tide.
See you, bud.
All right, man. Thank you. All the way from the ATL, Rich, bringing it tonight. We appreciate it, Rich. Well, what else? What else is on your mind out there, people? We've got a line open now, so got it on the board. So if you're interested, give us a call. We got Darlene and Mal and See Through It Brian on here, and let's see who's up next here. Hello, who we got?
This is Brian from the See Through It podcast.
Oh, this is Silky Brian. What's going on, man?
How you doing?
Oh, great, man. How you been doing?
I've been doing good. I'm glad you got back on here.
Well, Rich hit me up and kind of was poking me, and I said, I've been so busy with doing some different things, and everybody's been locked down with COVID, but Rich kind of pushed me over the edge and got me going again. So I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you calling.
Yeah, I'm glad someone has brought everyone back together. I'll be honest, I haven't watched any football or any sports this year because of my own personal reason of what I've been viewing, but I
Yeah.
plan on taking part of it next year once everything calms down. But
I
yeah,
hear you.
just my own personal reasons
I got.
for
I
what
got
I've been going on. But other than that, I mean, I've been hearing and catching whims of things about Alabama football, and it seems like it's some exciting. People are excited about what they're seeing on the field right now.
you. Yeah, it is, and it's been a crazy year, I tell you, and you don't know if you're gonna play from one week to the next now with the virus going around.
Mm-hmm.
It's and but yeah, it's been good. Alabama's doing pretty good. I got a little bit of scare with Ole Miss last weekend.
Yeah.
Got in a shootout with Lane Kiffin of all people. You got Kiffin, and you've got Kirby, and you got Scott Cochran. You got all these Saban's children, so to speak, and they wanting to beat Daddy so bad.
They want to be so bad.
They want to be the first one to take Daddy down.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so yeah, it's been crazy. Yeah, you still keeping your show going?
Yes, sir. I'm still keeping it going, and I actually cut out the sports of my show because of, like I said, not anything to do just with the whole environment of like the fakeness of some, ESPN and other talents out there. Just it was just too much, and I couldn't get behind it. So hopefully, once this season's over and the next season comes, all of this is behind us, and we can go back to paying attention to sports and just enjoying sports. So
Yeah, I guess
that's my take.
I guess you. We've been in that lockdown all year, and we didn't know if we were going to be able to take or even have sports, and so we're taking what we get, Brian.
Right.
We're taking.
I bet it's a good relief for a lot of people, like being able to see something different than what they've been seeing for the past 6-7 months or whatever.
I know it, but it's been unreal.
Yeah,
it sure has. But
it's been a rough year losing. I heard the clip that you played with Tommy, and it just made me smile. That Tommy I didn't know him like everyone else knew him, but I had a couple phone conversations with him, and
yeah,
he was a good guy.
Yeah,
I enjoyed Tommy.
Rich was talking about him, and Rich knew a little bit more about him. And he's like us, we're just Bama fans hanging out and sports junkie. We like to listen to talk radio all day and sports talk radio, or as much as we can. And so it was. I appreciate that. We're dedicating the show to him tonight. Tommy Browning. Yep.
Yeah, and I just want to say this. I'm pretty, again, I don't know Tommy like everyone else, but I'm pretty sure he would want us to, come together on, when we talking about Alabama football, be together and not allow things to outside of Alabama football to destroy us or separate us and be angry towards each other.
Yeah,
I'm sure he would want us to, stick through it and.
Yep. You're right. But to me, we can have our differences.
Yeah, absolutely.
On religion, politics, whether you want to wear a mask or not wear a mask, But to me, sports, it's kind of a place to we can all gel together.
Yep.
If you don't, all your Bama fans hang out and we can all get on the Auburn fans.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
So sports and like Ryan Fowler, he was saying on his show, we need football. We need something. We need something going on to help us, keep us, motivated and excited. And I mean, there's other avenues, of course, church and religion.
Of course, yeah.
Church and religion, but just for sports, we're glad to have it back.
Yeah.
But So maybe you'll get back into it pretty quick.
We'll see. We'll see how the environment turns out. But I do miss it. I wish I was able to see this season because everyone is saying this offense is amazing. Mac Jones is amazing, and this Alabama team looks pretty good. I'm hearing some growls and mumblings about this defense, so I don't know. I don't know if my heart can deal with it right now, but I'm hearing the defense is pretty.
It's the worst I think I've heard since 1930s.
Goodness gracious!
It was that performance was that bad, and then on the flip side, the offense performance is that good. It's really amazing how Mac Jones has come along. I was mad at Mac. I was mad. We lost the Auburn game, a couple of picks.
Yeah.
But I'm coming around. He's had 2 400-yard games back to back, and that's a record. And it's unreal what he's been doing. He's having a great year.
Mm-hmm.
Sure
Well,
is.
Patience and sitting there patiently learning and waiting his turn, putting in that work behind closed doors.
I know it. Isn't it crazy? It's crazy that he's doing better than Tua. He's got a better passing efficiency than Tua.
Mm-hmm. That should be an example for all these other kids out there in colleges who are just trying to transfer back and forth just because they're not starting. Look at Mac Jones. He sat there. 2 quarterbacks passed him up. It was 2, right? 2 or 3. Didn't Jalen get past him?
Yeah, he was like third string, yeah.
And then Tua came in. He didn't pout or I don't know what he did behind closed door, but that didn't ever make it out there to what we knew. He stayed, put his head down, and kept grinding. And now, he's leading that offense.
You're exactly right. He waited his turn.
He waited his turn.
And learned the system, and he's got confidence in the pocket.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got mobility, just enough mobility to wiggle around and get out of trouble. And man, he's doing great. He's shocking the world. He shocked me, I can tell you that.
Yeah, and that's another thing. We cannot destroy our quarterbacks before they have the time on the field to showcase what they can do.
Well, I've done it. I'm guilty of it. I have. And the prime example is going back to Blake Sims.
Yeah, Blake Sims.
When he was named the starting quarterback and the spring he had that year, I was thinking, oh my gosh, we're going to be terrible. And then Kiffin comes in and what does he do, man? He takes it all the way. I mean, he's 2 picks away from going to the national championship game. Blake Sims, and Blake was setting some records too at the time.
Yeah, that offense was pretty dynamic. With him back there being able to be as shifty as he was.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That was a fun offense to watch.
It really was. But yeah. maybe after we're talking about this football a little bit, you might get fired up a little bit.
I feel it turning a little bit.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah,
I feel it turning. Like I said, I love Alabama football. I love college football. I'm not too big on these pro sports, but I love Alabama football.
I'm not either. I'm not a pro guy. I'm not a baseball guy, but I'm just a Bama fan, and sports talk radio junkie. I listen to sports most all day. But
you got to give the people an outlet because I know people are tired of listening to what's his name, Paul
Feinbaum.
Yeah, they're tired of listening to him, and
I think people are growing tired and weary of his show. I'm hearing that and seeing some of that myself. Ever since he went national, big time, got away from a local here, I quit watching it. So it's I can handle the SEC crazies, but when we go to all these other different conferences and hear all those callers, all the tree huggers out in West Coast and all the Notre Dame fans and I couldn't handle all that. No. But have you talked to Bama Bo lately?
When did I talk to her? I think I talked to her on Facebook. Just a little comment. She had a football from Mac Jones. But other than that, I haven't really been able to get in contact with her. I think she's doing well. I talk to her mom every now and then. They're doing good. But
that's good.
Yes, someone in Alabama needs to be, coming online and having a get together so the Bama fans can get together and release their frustrations about defense or whatever.
Yeah. And that's what I'm trying to do. Just it's a place you can either be happy or you can vent. It's just a place to get together. But it's just have something to do and have a place to hang out. But well, man, we appreciate it. I appreciate you calling in tonight.
No problem. Thank you.
And hey, where are you living at now?
Right now, I'm in Virginia. I am in Virginia.
All right, Ron.
Yep.
All right. Well, I know everybody's glad to hear from you, and we appreciate you calling in. And hopefully, you'll get back into sports pretty soon.
I feel it turning a little bit.
You're already starting. You're calling in a sports talk show.
Yeah. But thank you again for having me.
Yeah, man. Anytime. Appreciate you calling, man.
No problem.
All right. Stay safe, buddy.
You too, sir.
All right. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Wow. That was Brian. Silky Brian. All the way from Virginia calling in tonight. Where you at, Mal? Where you at from Hawaii? I need to hear from you. Darlene, North Carolina. And Joe from Red Bay. We got a line open. Hello, who we got on the line?
Johnny in the house. Danny, how you doing? You look good, all except for that orange shirt, man. Holy cow. But how can I win that football you're toting up there on the screen?
Well, it's actually a red shirt and yeah, I've got several footballs.
Oh, I can't fit in that shirt. I'm more interested in the football, man.
Who we got on the line?
Johnny from Coleman, Alabama. Been a long time. I want to know if I'm getting royalties on this show.
Well, I hadn't figured out who this is yet, but I know it's not Johnny.
It's all right. Look, we got one McDonald's in Coleman. I'm sitting in the parking lot right now.
I think this is Ryan Fowler.
No. I'm a truck driving fool. You ought to know that.
Truck driving.
I can teach truck driving classes, man. Heck, we partners, man, going all the way back to March and April doing that show till this COVID stuff hit.
Well, what's your thoughts on Alabama-Georgia game?
I don't want to make no prediction. I might jinx them, man, but I tell you one thing. We better see some defense, and I don't care if it's Nick Saban or Rick Raven or who they put in there. Maybe they put him in the Big Al costume, and we won't never have to worry about it.
Yeah, you're right on that. Oh, man.
I won't keep you long. I got to throw a Johnny-ism in there, but always remember, if you're going to put white stripes on a pig skin, make sure he ain't moving.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
All right.
I'm out. I'm out the house.
Out the house. He's going to the outhouse.
See you, Danny.
See him. I'm not sure who that was. Somebody trying to imitate Johnny there. He's done a pretty good job. Yeah, Johnny's a nut. That's for sure. Oh man. Well, let's see what we got going on the chat board here. Oh, is that Rich? Is that Rich you called in? That couldn't have been Rich. Where you at, Darlene? Hello, welcome to the show. Uh-oh. Try it again. I must have cut you off. But anyway, I may have cut you off. Call back. Oh, I must have hit it.
¿Qué pasó? ¿Cómo estás?
Hello.
Yo quiero Taco Bell.
There's some people having fun with me now. That was pretty good. Oh, man. Oh, we got Hollingsworth in the house. What's up? You going to the game tomorrow?
Hi.
Darlene.
Hey, babe.
Hey, I didn't mean to cut you off a while ago. I hit the wrong button, I guess.
Well, I was trying to get back in.
I'm hearing the feedback now. How you doing, young lady?
I'm doing great. How are you?
That's great. I'm doing good. Just hanging out with some Bama fans. Just hanging out.
Well, I know there are a lot of people in the chat room. I love it.
I know it. We're blowing it up. Oh, wow. Sure is.
And I love seeing Miss Mal. She's got to pick up that phone and call.
I know it. What are we going to do to get her to call in?
I don't know. She said the natty, but it's not like I can control that.
I know it. Uh-oh. You still there?
I mean, I've begged. But, other than begging, I don't know what to do. So,
how are you feeling tonight? What's up?
I heard Johnny call you.
Yeah, that's I think that was Johnny's brother.
Have no idea.
I don't either. So if Saban is on the sideline tomorrow, or if he's not, what's the deal here? How you feeling about this?
Either way, it's going to be great. I mean, we just have to. It's one of those. If there's one thing we've learned from 220, it's we have to take it as it comes. If he's there, he's there. If he's not, he's not. We're going to play football.
Yeah, exactly. You're right. We're going to play some football, but I felt like
I think it would kick everybody up. There was somebody that called into Ron's show. I think it was Tony, and this is after it came out that they're doing the test and talking to the SEC and trying to do the thing where they can fly the latest test into the lab to see if it could be cleared for tomorrow night's game. And he said, just think about it, people. All of a sudden, the light's on the tunnel, and there's Stan Saban. And then he goes, no. He comes in with like a jetpack, and he flies around the stadium.
Yeah.
And he buzzes the Georgia bench.
Yeah, that old Rona, he can't keep Saban down. That's for sure.
Well, and see, that reminded me of Tommy, the jetpack thing. Because remember, Tommy Browning had all those drones. I sent him a thing one day and said, I saw this thing where there's these little teeny tiny ones, and thought you might be interested. Send him the link.
Really?
He tweeted back, "Get over it, girl. I've got about 30 down here. I've got it covered."
Well, hey, do you think? I mean, is your score prediction of the game different? Him on the sideline, Saban on the sideline, or if he's sitting in a recliner?
No. It's when everybody's got to play that's on the field. Everybody's got to do their jobs. But as long as Mac Jones has his brain on, which we all know he will because he's so confident and he's so in control.
Yeah.
As long as we can get the offense, consecutive down the field, score a couple of touchdowns, and then we need the defense to be inspired by, I don't know, maybe Leroy Jordan and some of those can start channeling them or threatening them.
Yeah, you're going way back now.
Oh, but do you remember Leroy? I know I'm older than you are.
I mean, I don't remember him playing, but of course,
Oh, I do. And I remember him playing a little bit at Alabama. Mostly I remember his years with the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Because when I lived in Alabama, that was on Sundays we got the Cowboys and whoever they were playing, for the pro game on Sunday.
Yeah.
So, and then when I moved up here, everybody hated me because I was a Dallas fan, and they're, of course, all Redskins fans up here.
Yeah.
And you can't find a Falcon fan anywhere, not even in Georgia.
Really?
Isn't that awful?
Yeah, I know it. But, it's...
What do you think about? Are you worried about the game? Are you freaking?
No, I'm not. Honestly, after the shot wore off, like I said on the Ryan show, that I felt like it was going to kind of inspire the boys to play harder and fire them up.
Well, I think that will too. The other part of it is, when people ask me if I'm nervous about a game, I've been nervous before every game we've ever played my whole life. That's just me. That's my rhythm.
I know.
God,
we've got some.
Oh no, we're gonna lose. I just can't stand it. And I would text Michael and Fred and Rich, and I'd say, "This is awful," and they'd say, "We got this. And I'm going, "Yeah."
So you sound like you're the person that changes chairs or maybe clothes.
No, I don't do that. But I do cross my fingers and toes. I'm sorry.
We are strange in our ways. I've gotten better at it, but like I'm you. When I was younger, I was nervous on all of them, and when we lost, I was sick for a week.
I have a panic situation anyway. So if you don't think Bama football will put you into panic. It just is. I called the doctor the other day and said, I need a refill on my script. And she said, "Oh, Lord, it's football." I said, "That is."
We got Papa White in the house, Daryl RTR in the house, S. Jenkins, Mal, See Through It.
That's a lot of the old crew.
Yeah, there's a lot of old crew. We got Hollingsworth. I wonder if he's any kin to Hollingsworth that played at Alabama.
Is Joe still in there?
Joe, I think Joe has got his ears.
He started listening to the football game.
Yeah, he's watching Red Bay High School.
Well, Friday night lights in Alabama. Friday night lights.
That's right.
Well, all across the South. It's not just Texas, although the movies and TV shows would make you think that, but,
yeah.
But I can guarantee you high school football is not anywhere near the popularity up here as it is down there.
Yeah, it's pretty big here.
Well, look, dear, your show is going great.
Well,
you've got other people that should call in and entertain us because I know everybody's tired of hearing me.
Well, you're doing fine, and we'll get together again. We'll fire it up again someday, and just
send a couple of tweets or call Rich.
Well, if you're tuning in, I think you can hit the what's that? The little bell up there on the YouTube page for alerts.
And, I did, but sometimes I ignore those alerts because I get a lot of them.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Well, I'll talk to you later.
Okay, young lady.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide, and let's get them dogs tomorrow. Thank you for calling.
All right. Woo. Bye.
Woo. All righty. All right. Darlene, all the way from North Carolina. All right, we got a line available now. I was getting a few calls a while ago. I was talking to Darlene, and she's a big Bama fan up there in North Carolina, holding the fort down up there for us. We got some big games coming up tomorrow. I wonder what Auburn's going to do tomorrow. South Carolina. My money is on South Carolina, and I hope they win. We got a line open now. If anybody wants to call in, let me know how you're feeling. I was looking at the chat board here. Yeah, it's gonna get kind of chilly tonight, isn't it? That's for sure. Mal, you hate Auburn? I hear you, gal. You're on my team. Yeah. You're on my team, that's for sure. They get away with more stuff down at unfair Jordan Hare. Good gosh. Voodoo Stadium. Got Hollingsworth chiming in. Will the SEC officials win another one? Will the SEC officials win another one for the barn? I thought this year, since they wasn't going to have a full stadium, they wouldn't be putting any pressure on the officials. And I didn't think the calls would go their way. But my gosh, it's still going on. I mean, fumble the ball, and he throws it down backwards, and it bounces backwards, and the official blows the whistle. Arkansas was laying on the ball, and you, oh my goodness, that's one of them things, isn't it? Time we're getting to be here, about 8 o'clock. But again tonight, it was Rich's idea from Atlanta. Great caller, brings a lot of stuff to show. Rich suggested we make a dedication to Tommy Browning tonight, and that's what we're doing. And so this show is in memory of Tommy. He was a big sports fan. He liked to call sports talk shows, like most of us do in here. We all have a big time on Ryan Fowler's show, and this is just an extended version of that show. Just some fans getting together and trying to have a good time, talk some sports. Looks like they're having a good time in the chat room. Let's see. Let's see who else we got here.
Hello.
Tank.
Hey, man.
Hey, how you doing, buddy?
Pretty good. How you doing?
I'm doing good. We got the show up and running, and I see where you tried to call in, so I thought I'd give you a call back.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm glad you called me back.
Well,
I'm the original AUA hater. You know that.
that's right. We got Tink on the line. He is the president of the Auburn Hate Club.
The AUA hate club.
AUA. Auburn, University of Auburn.
So we're gonna talk about football, huh?
Yeah, let's talk. What do you think? How you feeling about this Alabama Georgia game? First, let's talk about that.
I feel good about it. I mean, seriously, our defense sucks. I mean, I didn't say sucks. I said SUX.
Yeah, yeah,
I didn't say
they're bad.
SUCK. But no, they're not that bad. I mean, Lane, he messed with us a little bit. But now this is gonna be a slobber knocker tomorrow. And I believe Alabama's gonna be good in a slobber knocker. Don't you believe so?
Yeah.
You know what a slobber knocker is?
Oh yeah.
I do too. But anyway, I mean, a slobber knocker, we're going to win that slobber knocker. But all this stuff about Lane Kiffin and everything and Ole Miss run over us, they don't have super athletes. I mean, Lane had his little game plan in order, and it happened. But they recruited some natural athletes over there so they could outrun us and they could do everything.
Yeah, they did. They had Pete Golden's pants pulled down all night.
Yeah, I know. And Pete Golden's he's got to have some. He's got to have Corona now. Because Nick's mouth was on his ass all the time, chewing it out when he couldn't do what he was supposed to do.
I laughed over that because I knew it was coming.
I've listened to all these. They're great people, and everybody's cool. But I'm more different. I'm wired a little different. We should have kicked their ass. You know that.
Oh yeah.
We didn't do it.
No.
I'm sure something's gonna have to be straightened out about that. I'm sure it's been done since last week.
You think we can get tackling straightened out in a week?
Yes. All you gotta do is, man, they're 5 stars. They can do that. They know how. They leave their feet and they fly like Superman, thinking they're going to tackle somebody and jump up and run around holding their hands up. You got the sideline as one defense. You got this and there, but when you fly and you just leave your feet, you don't leave your feet playing football. That's a non-given as a linebacker or anything. And I know Dylan Moses knows better than that. I mean,
but he does. He seems confused. The first game he looked pretty good, and then it seemed like he went backwards in the last couple of games.
No. He knows what he's doing. And them defensive linemen, they're 5 stars. They weigh 350 pounds. I mean, I wouldn't want, as being prideful, and if I was at Alabama, I would not let a line move me back. I would have to fight for every ounce, for every inch on that field. And that's what you're supposed to do. But he being an OX football player, I know what you're supposed to do, but it's just what they will do. It's all about. Which I know the game's changed.
Yeah.
And now it's high flying. Everybody runs around.
Yeah.
But you recruit guys the way you want them. It's just it's whatever you do for your defense. But,
a few years ago, Nick Saban was trying to slow the game down. He was trying to get that 10-second rule implemented. And all the Auburn fans, they just laughed and laughed and laughed. And Saban said, "Okay, is this really what you want football to be?" And so he hired Lane Kiffin, and there you go. And so we kind of changed our identity to me to an offense, a great offense instead of a great defense, and to me,
Our offense is great. I mean, that's like everybody has been talking on your show. Offense is great. There's no problem. Heck, Mac Jones might win the Heisman Trophy. The way he's playing,
he might
with all the weapons he's got and everything. But the defense is sort of slowed down. And I mean, it's blocking and well, not blocking. That's offense, but tackling, chasing people down, running. If you're a defensive player, you have that killer instinct, and that's why you're on defense, and you need to chase them down and chase them, stay with them wherever they go. And you need to scramble their brains, and you need to be the one, just sort of like Seth Williams at Auburn, that game with Georgia the other day. He laid down on the sideline. He couldn't take it no more, and you know, and Georgia beat them down like wusses. You know that.
I know it. They just keep pounding you. About fourth quarter, you giving up, huh?
Yeah, they're sitting there like, well, we can't play with these guys because they're mean, they're tough, and they're hanging with us. See, our defense ain't that way right now, but I hope at least they might sort of turn like Georgia. So I'm a little worried tomorrow about Georgia's defense because they that tough with Auburn. Because I will guarantee you one thing, AUA, they are tough.
Yeah.
And when Georgia made them bow down, and that linebacker went out, and they took him to the sideline several times, and then Seth Williams supposed to be the baddest, well, in Auburn's opinion, the baddest guy in football this season, if you listen to the radio every day. And they just laid down. They said these guys are playing for real.
Yeah, and they went up against a real team. Tank, I got a question in here on the chat board. It's asking, how is tackling still an issue? How is it still an issue?
I don't know. You break down and you move. You shuffle your feet and you shuffle. And if you don't make the tackle, but you have held them back for a second to get some help coming up, you don't dive at them and just dive like you're diving in a swimming pool. I mean, that's what they're doing now. I mean, I don't know why. That's an issue now.
Yeah.
You break down and you move. And like me and you talked about at work the other day, they must have greased them like greased pigs at the fair where because I mean, they grabbed the quarterback in the backfield. Oh, Barrymore had him wrapped up and he slipped out of his hands and I'm like, oh, did they grease him or something?
I know it. Like a county fair, they grease pigs, huh? Chasing them.
The greased pig, you can't catch it because it's running around. I said, hell, did they recruit some superhuman athletes? I don't know. I mean, and then they'd go through the middle of us, and hell, our defensive backs couldn't even catch them. They just leave them running down the field and left the grass was burning up with fire when they went down the field. I'm like, good God.
Yeah, I know it, dude.
Lane must be a great coach. I'm gonna tell you that.
Well, he's super duper. Offensively, yeah, he's good. He had he had the plays going. Our players looked to the sideline, and he's already snapping the ball. We're out of position, and we're out of breath, and Lane knew he had to do that. He knew he had to score every chance, and he had to keep the throttle down. And I just thank goodness that Mac Jones and the Alabama offensive company could hang in there with them.
Oh, you mean the Heisman Trophy winner Mac Jones this year?
You know what? I wasn't on the Mac train, but I'm starting to get on the Mac train.
He's Heisman Trophy winner this year. He is. I mean, he's great. And now our second quarterback, he's going to come in there too. I mean, you had Tua, Max jumped up. Nobody knew he's going to do that. And then you got the Bryce Young.
Yeah.
They're coming in. I mean, Saban's getting them left and right. And you know this thing about Saban and coronavirus now?
Yeah.
I ain't worried about that because Sarkeesian can sit in there. He's coached Washington, USC. He's high profile. He's been in the pros. He played in the pros and all that. It ain't no big deal. They're gonna, you know.
I feel confident.
All we got to have is our defensive lineman's got to buck up. Them big old boys in the middle.
Yeah.
That's getting pushed back. Somebody got to tell them, you was recruited for a reason. You're 350 pounds, dude. You need to blow it up.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, that's just the way it goes in football.
I know it is.
You got it or you don't. You mean or you ain't. You know, you got to get mean. You're Alabama, man, and don't get pushed around.
I know.
If you let people push you around, then you ain't wearing the crown.
I know it.
Anyway.
I'm gonna have to eat a lot of crow because people chiming in on the chat board, and because on the talk radio shows and Ryan show, I hadn't been on the Mac train, but he's making a believer out of me. I always liked him.
But
here's the deal: he's fixing to go. We're fixing to find out, Tink, and we got the top defense going against the top offense.
And we can't hold nothing against him about that Auburn game last year because that was a couple of plays that was that AUA look. You know,
gosh.
That horseshoe.
Yeah.
Like I told you, they're doing bad now when they play us later in the year.
Yeah.
Everybody will hand them a horseshoe when they walk out and say, every one of y'all pull this horseshoe out of your ass. Because we're going to have some Auburn plays going for they shouldn't have won. you know, I can't even get into that. I mean, it's such a, I don't know. They got some voodoo going on there.
But I tell you, I think they don't play good on the road, and Bo is, I think he's 3-4 on the road, and I look for him to have trouble against South Carolina, and that's just my personal opinion on that. I'm picking Arkansas in the points and possible upset. If you want, not Arkansas, South Carolina, excuse me. So.
Oh yeah, I'm picking them too. But anyway, let's talk about something important real fast.
What you got on
Get Orgeron.
Oh, Coach O, come on.
He one and done.
One and done, man.
He cried down there. He cried when they beat us last year down there when we didn't have a defense, didn't have nothing. Is there and all there? And he cried in the damn locker room.
Yeah.
You know, when he cried, he knew we was the only team he had to beat to win a national championship.
Oh, it was done. Yeah, it was over. Yeah.
He knew then. He cried like a baby. He cried like a baby because he knew he done won him a national championship when he beat us.
One and done. Yep.
He's a one and done.
But you know, I've said that they're going to feel the sting like Alabama. You know, Saban, he's done a good job of keeping, you know, coaches coming back. He's, you know, getting players. You know, when you lose all those players to the NFL, you lose all those coaches. It's tough to keep winning, and Nick Saban has got a knack for doing it.
Oh yeah,
so.
He always has, and he can coach him up. But Orgeron, he got a coach from New Orleans Saints to come in there and give him offense, and he's moved on after that. Everybody else, you know, and he had all them NFL players. No, he did a one and done.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's funny because you know he got a divorce. You know that.
Yeah, he got a divorce.
Yeah. Well, his wife said he'd been asking for a divorce for 4 years, but she couldn't understand it. You know?
Tank, you a mess, man.
He asked for it for years, but
yeah, but yeah, he, you know, Nick Saban, he's the best at keeping it going, keeping the glue, and keeping things together. And but I knew it when they lost all that. all those players and those coaches, I knew they was going to go downhill. And my gosh, they did.
But you know, and I ain't talking from unexperience. I talk from experience. You know, I played down there at Last Chance U that one day over there at school in Mississippi.
Yeah.
You know, and I played football.
Yeah.
I played linebacker. You know, and I know the game. I'm saying break down and move, shuffle your feet. Just don't dive and try to catch somebody's ankles, because these guys nowadays, they're fast. And you got to use the sideline, your people behind you, whatever, and all that. I mean, they made us look, Ole Miss made us look retarded. You know?
I know. We looked so lost in that game. And just thank goodness we had Mac. But Tank, hey man, I appreciate you helping me out tonight. And I want you to keep calling back.
Okay.
I'm on probably shutting her down. This is kind of the first run, and I appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. But you know,
yeah. I hope I wasn't too bad.
Oh man, you was fantastic, Tank.
I hope I ain't like an Iron Man or somebody like that.
Yeah.
We getting faster
on offense. All right. Let me catch this next call, buddy. Thank you for calling. Right, I appreciate it, Tank.
All right, man.
All right. Hang on a minute. Hey. You there?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I thought I'd hung up on you. I'm sorry. Who we got on the line?
This is Mike from Stu Baby from Lake Park.
All right. Good deal, man. How you doing tonight, Stu Baby?
Oh, doing good. Entertaining some Alabama guests.
Really?
Yeah, we had some folks that we went to school with from Alabama.
Joe Namath.
Visit. Yeah, Joe Namath. Stabler's even down here.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Well, good deal. Well,
no, I told Kathy. I said, "Listen, I got to call Danny."
Yeah,
that's just all there is to it.
You got to. You
call Danny.
Go outside and take a 15-minute.
I said, "Give me a break. You stay in here and entertain the guest. Play videos on TV from YouTube, and And then I got on there and I say, "Well, hell, there's Tank. I know I got to call him now."
Yeah, Tank. He's all-star stud football player from Cordova.
Yeah, I didn't know he was that good. Why didn't he play at Alabama? Hell,
he played at Last Chance U. Yeah.
Well, did he say the famous words?
Which ones?
I hate all.
That was his first words out of his mouth.
Ask my Tank.
Yeah.
Ask Tank. I feel the same way.
Yeah.
I kind of don't like him no more than I did yesterday. So.
Well, man, since Saban's tested negative, he's got 2 negative tests, and go look for hopefully the 3rd tomorrow, and he possibly could be back on the sideline tomorrow night.
Right.
Man, how do you think that'll impact things?
I think it's going to impact it a lot. I really do. It's like, you get in the kid's head now. He's going to do a little better in certain situations, and I believe that's going to affect these kids a little bit. I really do. But like I told you last night or night before, whenever it was, I'm getting a little old and I can't remember what night's night what. But, I don't care if he tests positive. He's going to be there somewhere or another. Somebody said, you better watch Big Al's uniform. You better watch Big Al, because he's going to be right there on the sideline. When Big Al starts chewing out Matt Golden, something's up.
Yeah. No. What's the guy that's Saban's assistant?
Which one?
The guy. If you see somebody, if I forget his name, he's always holding a Coke behind him. He's His drink.
Oh yeah.
So if you see him following Big Al around, you better watch out.
if he's holding Big Al's belt loop, and if he's got a jug of Gatorade,
Cedric,
ready to hand to him, something's up now. Yeah, you're right. You're right. But I ain't got no problem with it myself.
Oh man, I know it. I'm looking forward to it. I think when he wasn't going to be there, I thought it was going to kind of pump the players up, and then if he walks through the doors, before kickoff, I think that'll pump them up too.
Yeah, I do too. If he has that negative test, and then they're sitting in there getting psyched up, getting ready for the game, and he come busting through like Superman, they'll probably urine all over the floor where they've wet themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I really believe, other than that, I believe we're gonna have a good night. I really do. It's gonna be tough. I mean, I ain't taking nothing, not one thing, away from Georgia.
Well,
but
we got some new people.
It's gonna be tough.
Yeah, we got some new people in here, and they may not know. You're from Georgia, so.
Well, no. Don't say I'm from Georgia.
You're living in Georgia.
I live in Georgia. I'm from just 40 miles north of God's country of Tuscaloosa.
So anyway, you live down there in the enemy territory. So tell them what they're running their mouth about.
Well, we went out to a local restaurant here where we live. It's called Lake Dogs in Lake Park, Georgia.
Yeah.
It's a very nice little old place. It's laid back. It's just like a hometown little place to go eat. And there was some Georgia fans in there, and they didn't jump up and down or carry on or nothing like that when they found out who we were and where we was from or nothing like that. They just said, "Well, it's gonna be a good one tomorrow night. We'll see." That's about all they said. I couldn't get no rise out of them. And Kathy couldn't get no rise. And if she can't get a rise out of them, something wrong. Because she will. She's worse than I am.
I know it. And my wife's kind of the same way. Travel to different. We've been to Florida Stadium, LSU Stadium, and I'm, we're surrounded by enemies there, and she'll be giving them down the road. I'm sorry.
Yeah, not give a crap.
Yeah, like sit down. You fix to get me in a fight.
I know it. Me too. I don't know. I told her I don't know how many times. Said one of these days you're gonna cost me a black eye.
Yeah, I know it, buddy. Just like when me and you was down there in Miami at the national championship Notre Dame game, we pulled up in the parking lot and wasn't there 5 minutes, or we were set up, but there was another, you remember that? And they pulled up, and it was just like 5 minutes. There was Notre Dame and Alabama fans. They were nose to nose.
Oh yeah.
You remember that?
I remember that. And then they wanted to try our cherries out.
Yeah, we had some cherry bombs. It was kind of loaded.
Yeah, they were a little bit loaded. They enjoyed it. They enjoyed them, and they, it beat all I ever seen how much they ate styrofoam.
But hey, tell them now. It's the national championship game. Notre Dame in the parking lot before the game. They had won the national championship. Is that about right?
That's the feeling I got. Is absolutely the feeling I got. They had won the national championship.
Okay. Now after the game.
After the game, I don't think Notre Dame fans know what Yeti means or anything like that. They come down there with a styrofoam, and that's what they pack their alcohol or their food in or whatever. The styrofoam. But after the game, I never seen the styrofoam all over the parking lot in bits and pieces, not in a full styrofoam cooler. it was bits and pieces of styrofoam everywhere.
They was
and they
kicking
were
it,
still
tearing
kicking
it up, kicking it, tearing it up. It was something else. Now
it was unreal.
The Notre Dame fans is that was an experience right there.
It was.
That was an experience.
That's the first and only time I think I've been around Notre Dame fans, and they are as bad as anybody's ever thought about them.
They were really, really cocky. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
they still wasn't as bad as the LSU fans. You know?
Yeah. Hey, I've been down there. I've been right in the middle of them myself. But well, give us your closing words for the game tomorrow, and we're gonna shut the show down. I don't want to keep everybody up tonight. Just what you think about the game? What do you think about the score?
Well, I think we're gonna have a good game. I think it's gonna be nip and tuck both ways until we get the feel of what each other's trying to do. But I like I told you the other night, it's gonna be like I'm looking at 31-17 Alabama, and but it's going to be a good one. I will not be sitting down for that game. I'll be in front of this 75-inch TV I just bought, and just hope I don't crash it. And if I get feeling too bad, I'll walk outside, and we got a 65 outside, so I'll just come outside,
Yeah.
And but it's going to be a good day. I believe we're going to take them, but it's going to be it's going to be a tight game. It's really probably going to be a tight game, but I believe we'll come out ahead.
Well, good.
At least 14 points.
14, wow.
It'll be good. 31-17. It'll be.
Okay, good deal. All right, Mike. Well, all right, buddy. We appreciate you tuning in tonight.
Okay, buddy. And you tell Miss Joanne I said hello, and Miss Kathy tells you hello.
All right, good deal. Thanks for calling, buddy. We'll see you, Mike.
All right, buddy. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Well, I just missed another call there, but that was Mike calling from Lake Park, Georgia. Look, people, I appreciate y'all tuning in tonight. Like I said, it's just a place for some Bama fans to hang out, get on the chat board here, talk with your friends, talk a little football, and have a good time. We'll do it again. But we're gonna we're dedicated this show tonight to Tommy Browning, and we just want everybody to stay safe out there, and roll tide. And we'll do it again. And thank y'all for tuning in tonight. And thank you on the chat board, people. I appreciate it. And we're going to end the show. And roll tide, everybody. Roll tide. We'll do it again pretty soon. See you later. Roll tide. Let's go get them dogs.